bringing you the latest news, game updates, insights, highlights, and everything Liberty Hockey. This is Rock the Rink, where Liberty Hockey lives.
Welcome into the Rock the Rink podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you haven't noticed, we have a new centerpiece this week. You know, last week, Fourth and Pat, they wanted me to make the hardest pie that Google could come up with. I made that French silk pie.
I'm so impressed with this pie.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Well, don't drop it.
Yeah.
Oh, I won't drop it.
Be careful.
Don't drop that down.
Guys, I do have to just say, yesterday I was working from 6 a.m. to men's basketball ended at 9 p.m. Then we whipped up this pie in the late hours of the night. So
yeah, there's no we. She did it herself.
Yes. Did I say we?
Yeah,
you said
okay.
we. She's so tired, she said we.
I made this pie. But while we kind of dish it up, I'm going to tell you guys about the Virginia Army National Guard. So this podcast is brought to you by the Virginia Army National Guard. The next greatest generation is now, and it begins with you. Get a head start on your career in exciting fields like science, communications, engineering, and medicine, along with, guys, there's a knife, I promise. One second.
I got excited.
Do not ruin her pie.
In the Virginia National Guard. To learn more about the Virginia Army National Guard, check out Join VA Guard on Facebook and Instagram, or email us at nationalguard@liberty.edu. That's nationalguard@liberty.edu.
And Pat, hold on. Pat, we are going to respect Annie and what she's done for us. We are not going to just stick our forks.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
I know
too,
you were. And so I'm going to
nervous.
just relax. We will get the pie.
I was getting a little scared, guys. Okay, and also for all the kids at home, it's not every day that I pull a knife out of my bag, so don't be scared.
The Halloween show was a couple of weeks ago.
Don't be scared if you see me in person. That's not usually in my purse. All right, so let's just kind of get this.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Get it.
You're left-handed?
I'm left-handed.
I have not noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
That's fancy.
Actually, my dad forced me into being a lefty.
Did you bring that up at one point?
I might have. It's better for softball. Like, he thought it was more stylish, more cool.
Well, and more unique, right?
More
So, like,
unique.
if you're a left-handed pitcher.
Uh-huh.
Well, so you say your dad forced you to do that. I'm kind of like, my kid naturally kicks the soccer ball with his left foot.
Uh-huh.
So I'm kind of like really encouraging that as well. So if we can have a left winger for the Real Madrid
There you go.
in a few years.
That's right.
It's a strategy.
Make him like Mbappe, get a $1 billion signing bonus. Like,
Why
they
not?
won't pay you $1 billion for 1 year. You're going to take that contract. I don't care what you
pay off your parents' house.
Okay, Fourth, this is a little, this isn't the prettiest.
That's okay.
But it is.
And remind us what the name of this pie is.
This is a French silk pie.
French silk. And which team did you describe this as?
This was our men's Division 2 team. And the reasoning behind that, and we'll break down their weekend in just a little bit, the reasoning behind that was the fact that it's one of the hardest pies to make. They had a hard weekend incoming for them. We'll get to that in a few moments, all right?
I was like, you're doing 2 or 3 things at once.
Yeah.
Guys,
this isn't turning out too beautiful, but it's
all right.
I can't wait.
No, it doesn't matter.
All right, we're gonna get our forks up and cheers.
Careful with the knife. I'll wipe this off and put it back in the bag.
It's like, are we allowed to have knives that don't wipe it like that?
Don't wipe it like that. I won't cut myself.
Okay.
We're good.
She's a fancy baker.
Yeah,
I guess.
Right? Like,
I'm also gonna go place this on a table so it's far away from.
Yeah. See you in a second. Yeah. Let's wait for Annie before we.
That's right, and we'll cut.
Taste test. So I guess if you really like it, do you think this could be something at your wedding?
Oh, for sure.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? I actually, though, one of the first pies I made for my fiance's family was a cherry pie.
Oh.
And it was actually the best pie I had ever tasted.
Oh.
So that might be an option.
I like it.
Okay, I don't have any promises for this.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. Pink. Okay.
You like it?
I do like it.
Disgusting.
Okay, there was a process. You had to temper the eggs. You want to make sure they don't scramble when you do the double boiler. You steam them to life with the sugar. You also temper your chocolate, fold in your handmade whipped cream.
Wow, that sounds super
Goodness.
Yeah, the whole handmade whipped cream is pretty on it. The crust is good too.
Okay. ASMR, chewing noises into the.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess. Well, I won't eat the whole
didn't
piece.
come here to watch us eat pie, but I had to do it. I had to bring it, hold the fort down. So, you guys can keep eating while I talk. I mean, let's get into our men's Division 1 updated ACHA rankings. We got a new ranking this past week. Pretty much everything we had said last week turned out to be accurate for the most part. Niagara jumps up to number 1. Ohio moves down to number 2. Liberty up to number 5. Jamestown all the way down to number 9 after Liberty swept them.
A little surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had that big of a drop.
And I think a fun team to look in here is Drury. Drury at number 7.
Yeah.
I know last year, like, they were impressing the whole season long. They had a 23-0 win streak at one point. Right now, they're riding a 14-0 win streak. No big deal. So,
Yeah.
Drury, they're doing some good things right now. Any thoughts from this top 10 you see, Pat?
No, nothing crazy from the top 10. I mean, I think it's about where it needs to be, and it'll all change and shake out as the year goes. Like, so that'll be the biggest question. Like, yeah, I think the only thing I thought was interesting, Jamestown dropping multiple spots after their
Close losses.
close losses versus Liberty on the road too. So, but yeah, that's the only thing I thought of them dropping all the way down to 9. But yeah, for the most part, I think
Yeah, I like it. I think it's one of those things, like, at this point in the season, obviously it's been a long first semester for a lot of teams. Depending on people's schedule, obviously, you can't really argue with the computer, which is nice, and that's probably exactly why they went to the computer ranking instead of the coaches poll. So I think teams are going to be looking to make their move in the last 2 months in the second semester.
Right.
Yeah, and I want to ask you, Pat, what do you know about Hope College? Because they're just outside the top 10 right now.
Yeah,
I honestly haven't heard of them.
So they're a former D3 powerhouse at men's
Yeah,
Division
they were
3.
like the standard at D3.
Yeah.
And so they've won since COVID. I want to say they've won 3 national titles. So I do know they would have been the defending D3 national champs had they stayed. So them being at 11, I'm a little impressed by them.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I did not expect them to be so good. And so now I'm like, okay, that's one of the teams when they get to nationals potentially could be scary if you get a matchup versus them. Because like you just said, a lot of people probably don't know their game at the D1 level. Also don't know what kind of recruits they've gotten since they've transferred up to D1.
So they moved this year?
They moved a lot. Yeah. So this is their first year in D1.
Wow. And they don't have a D3 ACHA team anymore?
I don't think so, no.
That's a big jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for them.
So yeah, and they've done some big things. So yeah, they've been super impressive, obviously. So yeah.
Yeah, they're right below UMary right now, which they've been a pretty good contender at nationals the past few seasons. But we look ahead to what this upcoming weekend has in store for our men's Division 1 team. It's going to be a fun one at the Maryville Showcase. They're going to start off by taking on Maryville, then Calvin, and then Arizona. So we take a look first at this Maryville matchup. The Saints, they've seemed to be on the up and up as the years go by. Okay, but they have had such a tough schedule this year. John Hogan, he put his guys to John? Yes, John.
Yeah.
John Hogan put his guys to work. They're on an 8-game losing streak right now, unfortunately. But when you look at that, it's because they took on Ohio, then Minot, then LIU, an NCAA D3 program, and then Ohio once again.
Yep.
So pretty hard to walk away from that with any wins. But what do you think the thought process is behind that and putting together a clump of games like that one?
Well, I think it's part of he's trying to test his guys early, right? Like he knows, and also trying to get them ready for the stage because last year, truthfully, they were a period away from making the Final Four. And UNLV, that's when they had their comeback again. They were able to erase a 2-goal deficit that Maryville was able to create because Maryville was kind of just holding on and forced overtime. Then, unfortunately for the Saints, they just ran out of gas versus the Rebels. And they were able to pot the overtime winner. And so I think for him, he's like, no, I want to challenge them early. Obviously, I think the record will fix itself by the time nationals comes. And then also, too, you see where they're at. Even though they have a losing record, they're still in the top 10 because the computer recognizes, hey, yeah, they're playing nothing but top 10 teams. So reward them for that. And so, yeah, I think you want to test them early, get them acclimated for this season. And then, hopefully it pays off in the end for you.
Yeah, they retained their top scoring this season in Wagner, Smith, Edwards, Adams. So still a lot of talent from that side of things for this Maryville team. Kind of a dangerous situation for Liberty. If you look at, you're facing a team that's lost the last 8. I mean, that puts you on another level of needing to get a win if you're Maryville.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Maryville program in general. On the women's side and the men's side, they have a school and a department that, puts a lot behind them. And they are big pushers of the hockey programs, kind of like a Liberty University. So I think the relationship that Kirk has with John is really good. They enjoy playing each other, but you're right. I think those guys are fired up. Like, hey, we want to get a win, and we want to show Liberty in the league, like, hey, we're here to play and be taken seriously. So why not beat a number 5 team and move up in that ranking?
Yeah, and it's your own showcase, you know?
Yeah.
You're playing host, so you want to represent. So after Liberty takes on Maryville, next up will be Calvin. For them, Calvin, a really decent ranking, number 4 in the nation right now for them. Last year, Liberty got completely upset by Calvin when they came to town, ended up losing both in overtime to that team. You look at Calvin this season, they have wins over Davenport, New Mary, Northwood, Purdue Northwest, Hope, like we were just talking about. They split with them. And, you know, guys that we had talked about last year, I think Ikes is how you pronounce this?
Yeah, he's still there. Should have been the player of the year, but we won't get into that.
Yeah. We'll say that for another day. Petrilla also doing great things right now. Both of those guys over 2 points per game right now. You look at that team, power play has been struggling for them as of late, but it's a dangerous group, so it'll be a tricky one.
Yeah, and it'll be good for both of them. They both will have gotten a game in as well. So for Liberty, you're going to play your harder game first before you play Calvin. So Calvin's going to play Arizona. Not saying Arizona's going to be a walk in the park for Calvin, but when you look at rankings and record-wise, that's the team you feel like Calvin should want to walk away with a victory. So, yeah, like it'll be an interesting matchup on day 2 of this showcase between 2 top 5 teams in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say last year when Calvin came to Liberty and played us, I thought that they were a good team. And like you said, Ikes, he's a dangerous player. Like you said, arguably the player of the league last year. And I've got them slotted to win this game against Liberty. Unfortunately, if you roll back on the tapes, I have of one of their 3 to 4 losses is against Calvin on this weekend. But not that I'm a prophet or anything, but
we'll find out.
Yeah, I think they're a good team, and I think they're going to be ready. So I'm excited to see this game this weekend.
Well, you were not a prophet with men's D2 last week, so
no.
Let's just cut that right there. I mean, yeah, it'll be those games 1 and 2 for Liberty right there are going to be the ones to look at. Arizona, you hope that they can take care of them in a somewhat easy fashion. But I'm with you. I think if there's any game that's going to stump Liberty, it would be that second game against Calvin. Interested to see what they do from a goaltending standpoint as well. I know we talked about that last week and how we think they'll balance out Conrad and Bernstein. Any other concerns about this weekend, Pat? I mean, especially coming off a bye week like this, is there anything you think like, Liberty hasn't been so strong in this department, they better refine it over this next games? I
mean, I think the biggest thing, you want to hopefully have a better PK, right? Like obviously, especially with the 3 teams you're about to face. In Arizona, even though they're 5-5-1, that's a team still trying to push their way up into that top 20 to make sure they're safe so they don't get knocked out from the auto bids from teams that aren't ranked. But yeah, you want to refine hopefully the PK. I think with getting a couple bodies back this week, your special teams are going to change, especially the power play. I think it's going to click at a much higher success rate than we saw in the Jamestown series. And even though that power play was still effective, but I think for Liberty too, you want to be able to see them be able to be effective on the road. Right now, currently 2-3 on the road. Obviously, you've played some really good teams on the road, but at the same time, you want to be able to know Liberty is able to win on the road because obviously we all know Nationals is on the road. So they're not going to get some of those habits they're used to doing at home when they've been able to be successful. So this is a good 3-game mini Nationals type slate for them.
Yeah, I think just staying healthy this weekend. I don't know.
That's a big one too.
I don't know who's coming back from injury or who's got that nagging ailment. But I think just 3 games in 3 days, obviously different times than maybe you're used to. I think just being smart about player who's playing and how you're playing the game, and I think just making simple plays and trying to beat teams 2-0 every game 5-on-5. I think that gives you an advantage going into these special team battles.
Right.
So I think they just need to take care of those little things, and I think they'll be effective.
Okay, and also while they're at the Maryville Showcase, another big showcase happening in Chicago around the ACHA. Massive games this weekend at the Chicago Classic, running Thursday through Sunday. I mean, you look at it, UNLV and Ohio squaring off, Minot taking on UNLV, just a lot of headliner games. So I feel like after this next weekend, you could see the rankings fluctuate a lot.
Yeah, and you expect so. Like, if they don't, then okay, we need to change the ranking system. Like, let's be honest, which I'm sure a lot of people always say that. But yeah, like, I mean, there are, I believe, 9 teams currently ranked in the top 20 that are going to be at this showcase. So this is a big showcase that's happening at the Chicago Classic, and a lot of good games that people are going to be either tuning in or they're going to be keeping an eye out on the scores, right, to see how things are going. So yeah, a big weekend that you're wondering. And for them, like how Liberty's in their own version of a mini Nationals type showcase, this is going to have all the feels of Nationals as well.
Now, Mug, the question I have is Niagara not going to either of these showcases this weekend. They'll be taking on Stony Brook instead. Or sorry, not Stony Brook, Pittsburgh. They'll be taking on Pittsburgh instead. So if Ohio goes out there, has a good weekend, takes down UNLV, and lineup puts on, you don't think that they'll be bumped out of number one?
No.
I think they should.
No way.
If Ohio beats Jamestown, UNLV, and Drury, they should be the number one team. If they go 3-0, yes.
No way.
I don't think they will because of how the. Well, actually, no.
So on the board or off the board?
On the board, they're number one if they go 3-0.
That's what it was. It's are you on the bench or are you on board?
What did I say?
On the board, off the board.
Off the board.
Well, okay, so you say it and then I'll ask the question.
Okay, are you on the bench or are you on board with Niagara keeping number one?
With Rebels sweeping this weekend.
Oh.
You're with them going 3-0,
Yeah.
UNLV?
Yeah.
So they're going to take on Purdue
board.
Northwest, Ohio, and Minot.
Yeah.
And
That's a big weekend.
You have been our UNLV defender.
I know. Apparently I'm such a rebel.
Yeah, I know.
I don't understand it, but I think that they Gosh, I think they go 1-2 this weekend.
1-2. No, I think they go 3-0, and I think they jump into that top 5 spot that I predicted last week.
Okay.
And Niagara stays at 1.
Any word from you, Pat?
I think Ohio. I don't know. Well, I'm not going to say who's going to go 3-0 because honestly, I can see a lot of teams going 2-1 in the show.
Definitely.
And just beating up each other. But I will say if Ohio does go 3-0, taking out 3 teams currently in the top 10, they're going to move into the number 1 spot just because actually, where's Pitt? Pitt's 14th. Are they at Pitt, Niagara?
They are home.
Okay. So, yeah. And honestly, let's be honest, I think Niagara's going to sweep Pitt at home, and they might sweep them.
What if they get the 7-goal split?
If they get the 7-goal split, then they'll probably stay the number 1 team because they did both things that they need to do. They need to win versus a ranked opponent, and you get the goal max. And if they get the goal max versus Pitt in both, then I'm a little scared about Niagara.
Dang.
Yeah, dang indeed. Like that would to me be like, okay, we're letting everyone know.
Yeah,
slowly,
putting the league on notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a fun weekend to watch on all cylinders. So much fun happening. It all starts on Thursday for both Liberty and the rest of the ACHA showcase action. We move on now to our Lady Flames, our women's Division 1 team. Took care of business against UMass, 6-2 and 6-0 wins, but it was fun to read the Club Sports article, hear Mike Morrison say, after game 1, we were not happy as a coaching staff. We walked away from that saying, our power play did not do its job. We needed to watch some film, sit down, get some things right. I mean, they were 0 for 4 on the power play in game 1, and that's not good enough by their standards. So they tried out some new line combinations in game 2. They're still working through things, and it's fun to see at this point in the season, they're still trying to find the chemistry that they feel comfortable with come national tournament time. Any thoughts on what you did see in game 2 when they shook things up?
Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing, depth of scoring, right? That's what you constantly want to see for the Liberty team. You don't want to see one person kind of dominate, although Brooklyn Beauchamp, she made a strong case, 2 goals and 2 assists
she's
in that game.
She is not the typical, she is, like you said, a good depth of scoring.
Right.
She's a top 6, top 9 forward for them, but you're typically looking for a battle to get a hat trick.
Right.
And to get 6 points, 7 points a weekend with Fussy, with both Adamex, to be honest, or Shaw. But you're right. I like that Beauchamp stepped up and got herself 6 points this weekend.
And then also, too, you kind of solidified Keith being the starter. That was the game they had more shots. UMass had a chance at more shots, and Keith turned them all aside, right? Had the big shutout. So, that's great to see as well. And it's good to see them building I feel like every time they play a team the second time, they're better the second game. It looks like so far this season. So that's good as well. And then, you got a power play goal in the second game as well. And then you were able to go 100% for on the PK too. So they were able to fix a few things there as well too.
Yeah, discipline the second night. I didn't look at the game sheet for the first night, but I know they took one penalty the second night, right? So you dominate the play. Special teams are good. 5-on-5, you're better.
Right.
And you take one penalty. I know their team allows them total 3 penalties a game, 1 per period. Just the way the pace of the play goes, that those things happen. But I think I'm impressed with UMass because I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've had a couple down years when Liberty's beat them 7-0, 11-1 or 2, kind of thing like that. But to come into Lehigh Center, it's a long trip. You expect to lose, but how close can you keep it? So 6-2, 6-0, respectable in the sense, and I think Bill from UMass has got a pretty good group this year. Mm-hmm. No top end talent compared to Liberty's team, but I thought they were a respectable group, and obviously Liberty did what they had to do, but obviously there's lots of room for improvement.
Yeah, and it was fun reading too that line combo in the second game that caught some of the coaching staff's eye was Pedamshawn, Battles, and Adamek. He said that they looked really good. So
lot
fun
of speed.
Yeah, lots of
Yeah,
speed
yeah.
on that line, lots of playmakers. So fun to see what they can create, but. Now it's a big weekend, guys. We're getting to our first big test for the Lady Flames Division I team. Anything that particularly concerns you about this Minot State pair of games after what we saw last weekend? Or do you think it's just like if we're clicking, we can take care of business, we got it?
I think if they're clicking, they can take care of business. But I will say the one caveat. So a couple podcasts ago, Forth talked about how their shot selection's a lot better. Like we were seeing Liberty be able to outshoot teams 50-something in a game, but they only win 1-0, right? Like you don't want to see that this weekend as well. Minot State is great at slowing the game down, right? Mm-hmm. Like and mucking it up. They're a really defensive first team. Mm-hmm. So, like, for Liberty, it's all about the shot selection, and sometimes you got to just shoot to create. Now, they've got some girls on the back end that are great at putting the puck on net, and so continue doing what you do. That is Liberty's MO, crashing the net, scoring on rebounds and tips and deflections. You're hoping to see a lot of that as well this weekend versus the Beavers, and hopefully, like we said, we've seen them get better as they play more games. That's what we're hoping to see during this 3-game slate as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Minot's game. I think they're tough to play against, especially at home. I think these games are going to be a lot closer than we've seen this season. I think maybe more of like a game 1 versus Maryville. They like you said, they like to slow the game down, muck it up a little bit. But I think Liberty, for a hot take, I think Liberty drops one of these. Mm-hmm. I think they go 2-1. They split with Minot, and then obviously they win against Jamestown. But I think 5-on-5, Liberty needs to be better. Mm-hmm. So if Minot can stay out of the box and play 5-on-5 hockey, I think they might have the edge.
Okay.
Just in general. But yeah, it'll be an exciting weekend, and they'll see where they're really at.
Yeah. The biggest thing, too, last time they were in Minot, they did split in a 3-game series that they had where they played. Right? No, they lost in... Oh, you're right. No, they did lose in OT. They won the first game big. I believe they won the first game 5-1 or 5-2, and then they lost the next game 3-2 in overtime. So yeah, and that was one of Minot's first wins of the year as well. So like that was a very interesting matchup. So it'll be interesting to see how Liberty does on the long trek out there.
Yeah, again, Liberty is getting everyone's best.
Yep.
Everyone's Super
Always
Bowl when
do.
they take on the Women's Division I Flames team. So that's going to start on Friday. And Saturday and Sunday will be those games 2 and 3. Can't wait to see what our Lady Flames pull out up there in North Dakota.
What a miserable trip. We already talked about this. This was my least
It's
favorite.
not miserable.
No,
Guys,
it's
North
actually really
Dakota
nice.
is
So
fun.
you're right. Once you get to Minot and you're in the space,
Yeah.
like we, when we were there for nationals, we had the routine. You Panera, Starbucks, Rink, Sonic to see Joseph.
That's right.
Right?
Oh yeah. Also in the hotel.
Yeah. So yeah, it's once you're there, it's great.
Okay.
And it's a fun rink to play. It's a hockey town. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
probably
lot
the
of fun.
trek there that's the hard
Yeah.
part.
I mean, just the 2 flights and having to turn back mid-flight from Denver.
Yeah, if the heavy snow comes
Hey, you
in.
didn't expect there to be snow on the ground? You don't have any shovels? Like, you surprised?
That's true.
But-
The Arctic blast coming through. Hopefully all the travels go well and they leave North Dakota with some high spirits. We move on now to
Sorry.
we move on now to our women's Division II team. They're going to be hosting the ACCHL Showcase this upcoming weekend. They'll take on Westchester and Virginia Tech. Only 2 teams on the docket this weekend for them?
Yeah, I thought they were playing 3 and then probably going to be in the championship. But
yeah.
I also don't mind what Coach Leon has decided to do because they're going to roll through this showcase, let's be honest, versus the 2 teams versus Westchester and Virginia Tech. So I think it's about just creating good habits for this team and, ending the fall semester with some confidence boosters, so to speak.
Okay.
Yeah, love that, Pat. You're right. These 2 games, like just not developing bad habits and playing and winning big the right way.
Yep.
Right. So like just focusing in on details. We've switched some things up systematically since yesterday. we broke the news to the team. So like we worked on it a little bit today. So we've got 2 more practice to kind of implement it. But I think this is a really good weekend to see what we have as far as those go. But I expect 2 big wins out of the girls this weekend. And obviously Coach Leon gets it like, hey, we're heading into Thanksgiving break. We're going to give the girls Sunday off so they can get home and then get back all rested and full of turkey. So I think it'll be a really good weekend and lots of fun. And we actually get to see Abby Nakamura for one of the first times this year because she just turned 18. So she is eligible to play in the ACHA.
Happy birthday.
So not to ruin it, but she will get a start.
That's right.
Okay.
There we go.
So we're excited.
Teams are ready now. Like,
yeah,
right.
Yeah, we're excited for her to get in there.
After that Rowan series, what were the biggest points of improvement you guys needed to see? How did the ladies handle in practice? Give me that.
Yeah, it's hard because like the first game is obviously you play good enough to win, right? It's not our best hockey, but the second game it just looked like a lack of care or lack of compete. Realistically, like Rowan's not a better hockey team.
Yeah.
They do good things. I think they maybe watch some film and tweak some things, but like we're a better hockey team. We've got more top end, like we're deeper. To me, it just looked like when you're watching the film, it's like you could have won that puck battle. Like on the power play, like why would you pass it to her? Yeah. Why would you shoot from there? Like what were you thinking? Like, hey, you see it on screen. What were you feeling, and why the heck would you make that play? In a sense, so. Just trying to break it down and encouraging girls to watch that. But yeah, we're still watching it, like little pieces here and there for the 45 minutes, 30 minutes of video. And girls are asking good questions. So it's honestly just a matter of just competing better and for 60 minutes. So
Has anything surprised you about this group looking beginning of the season to now?
Maybe not that I want to divulge on the pod, but like no, I don't think so. I think it's just a classic. Like we have a new group compared to last year. It's a talented group. Where are people at in their individual lives? Like they're all new, not all new, but like it's a new year for everybody in their season of life. Like, hey, you were a sophomore last year, now you're a junior to a senior, and then we got a bunch of freshmen. So like everybody's in their own place in life and just learning as a coach how to coach a team in a different group. And then what are my expectations? What are our expectations as well as theirs to then find a medium ground to then try to be at our best. Yeah. So it's just navigating that whole process.
Yeah, well, hopefully this weekend is a lot of good steps in the right direction. Again, ACCHL Showcase happening this weekend. That's Friday, Saturday, I believe?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah,
for Liberty,
we're only Friday, Saturday.
Only Friday, Saturday, yep. All right, so we move on now to our men's Division II team. Up there, the trip to Lindenwood unfortunately did not bounce the Flames' way. Starting off game 1 against FGCU, kind of the same story as last time. You know, after the first period, you look into it, you're like, okay, this team's in it right now. They are rolling. But then second period, I mean, it just kind of blows up. 3 power play goals in that second period, and you just couldn't make your way back from that. Obviously, game 2, you earned that win against Montana State. You expected that and you needed that because what followed was, I mean, Lindenwood, they're just so good, and it was hard to keep up with that team, allowing 6 power play goals. So let's get our consensus on the weekend, because I know last week we were entering this conversation with spirits of, like, they can walk out of here 3-0 if they do everything the right way.
Right.
What did we see transpire?
Well, I mean, I think one thing, and it's fun, I got to talk to Coach Garland a little bit about it, because more so I was curious about the guy who scored the hat trick in the Montana game and discovered that was Cooper Frederick, so no surprise. But I think the biggest thing walking away, tough officiating, right? Like, and unfortunately, it's hard to respond when you're getting some bad calls. Like,
Wait,
even
you're blaming the refs?
Not just fully,
Just kidding.
But because even
The
Andrew
crust
Young
is
got
the crust is good. Sorry.
the crust is
Thank
good.
you. It's handmade.
He got a 5-minute major in the Lindenwood game.
goaltender?
Yeah. So that's
What did he do?
I think it said tough. How did they put it on the
Tough guy.
No. They described it a specific way with the type of slashing he did, and I was like, oh, okay. And then Jared Matley also got an interesting penalty too, and it was one that he had toward a ref, and I was like, that doesn't sound like Jared Matley, unless maybe I'm wrong. Here we go. I'll pull it up right now. Andrew Young, major slashing.
Major.
Yeah. And then what's the penalty that I liked when I saw Jared Matley's?
Abusive official.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Banging on boards.
Abuse of official banging on boards. Yeah, and I was just like,
bang the official against the board.
I don't know. So those were some, but yeah. So like obviously tough to overcome that snowball effect because even at one point it was a 2-1 game. Liberty was able to make it early in the second, so that probably brought some momentum. But at the same time too, can't blame it all on fishing. Lindenwood's just that good. Like truthfully, they are on the path to be back-to-back champions. Now, I know we're going to talk about a couple other teams that were like, ooh, who could challenge them. But yeah, Lindenwood is just a cut above. Even Florida Gulf, they had a chance to win that game. Like Lindenwood went up big early on them. They were up 4-1, and then Florida Gulf rallied to make it a 4-3 game and just didn't have enough in the tank to close it out. So tough for LU, but at the same time, like, hey, you know what you got now coming into the break, long break now for this team to kind of regroup. You're going to get a couple more key bodies back, apparently, that I know the coaching staff's really excited about, so that's going to shake up the 4 unit as well. And then
Who are some of
you're going to see, I can't remember how to say his name because it was a way that I couldn't pronounce it.
Patak?
I think so, or hold on, I'm going to look it up now. Kerr said his name last week when we were interviewing him, or when we were interviewing Coach Garland, and Coach Garland said like this guy, it might be Patak, but it's a forward too, and he said like Boaz Shashjavisky.
Yeah.
I knew. I told you I wouldn't be able to say it well.
That guy.
Yes, but apparently he's a speedster, and so like they're excited about him coming back, just bringing another dynamic to the lineup as well. So like, obviously they've got some bodies that they're excited to get back. It's going to shake things up for this group, and then hopefully it propels them to a higher ranking than they currently are, which is 9th. So in the top 10 right now of the Southeast, which is good. And hopefully we'll see. We haven't seen the best of this team yet.
And let's not bury the lead here. You were talking about which team is at the top of the list right now, up there with Lindenwood, Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Guys, I mean, have you heard of a team that has 6 40-plus point scorers when you're 13 games into the season?
Yeah.
They've won a couple games like 25-0, 24-1. But, I mean, Caden Nelson, all right, he is the ACHA's top scorer right now across all leagues, all divisions, everything. He has 60 points already through 13 games. This guy,
pretty good.
He's a product of NCAA Division I Michigan State. I don't know if you've heard of them.
I have, the
You've
Spartans.
heard of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard of them. So now he is with Oklahoma State Men's Division II as their captain, and he's doing a pretty nice job. So
I will say the one thing that teams need to look up, gotta get tape from this University of New Mexico game. They won 4-3 versus them. How they were able to do it, I have no idea. But that's the tape you've got to look at on how to slow
find out how
this
to
game
shut down Caden Nelson.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
he still got his.
Is
He
he-
had 2 goals.
I was going to say, is he on the game sheet or did he just...
I was looking to see. I was like, well, did he play? Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He had 2 goals in that game. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, how does that happen? Like, maybe is he from Oklahoma? I don't think so. Well, he's from Duluth, Minnesota. How does this Oklahoma State must have had his degree program?
NIL.
That's why. Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
Could be that, or who knows?
Yeah.
NIL.
No, you
Who
never
knows?
know.
We're going to have to look out for some drama here
Yeah.
from the ACHA.
Yeah. So that's crazy. Just
What? You can't pay your players?
Yeah, exactly. So they're a fun one to watch because, Pat, you were talking about it before the podcast. Sometimes with teams like this where they're not necessarily playing the best of the best in the ACHA, it comes nationals time or even regionals time in this case because there's no auto bid anymore, where you're going to show up and be like, okay, let's find out who the real Oklahoma State is now.
It happens, right?
Oklahoma State versus Lindenwood, I am buying a front row ticket to that.
And even a couple other teams, Florida Golf, I would love to see them
yeah.
versus them. Like, obviously, how they would be able to shut down Caden Nelson or some of the other big guns that this team has, right? Like
Coach Garland. Like, do we have any openings in the schedule? Can we bring Oklahoma State to Lynchburg before the season ends?
Yeah, you've got you've got 3 players with 20-plus goals on the season right now, and Cooper Matthews, Corbin Roach, and Caden Nelson. So, like, that's a group of guys that you're kind of like, whoa,
it's crazy.
What's going on?
Yeah,
so,
pretty wild. So it'll be fun to watch as we go forward. But yes, our men's Division II team.
Hold on, sorry. The drop off: 6 guys with 40-plus points, right? The 6 has 42. The next highest score, 12. So these 6 guys are running the show. And everyone else is like, hey, just don't get scored on.
Right.
Play defense.
Yeah.
That's wild. So our men's Division II team, they're off now until January. So a long layoff for this team until they host Ohio, January 9th through 10th. If you guys could grade this first semester, considering everything that went into it, the situation, all the new guys, I mean, even that, up point where they sweep Miami, Ohio, like what would your final grade for this semester be for men's Division II?
C-.
C-. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And the biggest thing for me is just like tough start. Games against Lindenwood, even just from discipline aspect, like you kind of got thumped. You fell into Lindenwood's game.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're nasty. They're mean. You don't like to play them, but they just like you get bullied.
Yeah.
So I think that's tough, but I like the way they responded. So it went from an F realistically to a C-. So very respectable here in the end. And like you said, the showcase, it didn't end up numbers-wise the way they wanted to, but I know they had a good showing against Florida Golf, who is a top 3 team in the nation, realistically.
Yeah.
Obviously, played good 60 minutes against Montana State, who is a very respectable, good team.
Probably top 15 team as well.
In their region. But yeah, the only blemish is the Lindenwood, realistically. So C-.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to counter C+.
Oh.
Yeah, because I think realistically, like you said, it didn't start off hot, but like you've got to look at the last slate of games that they've been able to put together now. So I believe in their last 10, they're 6-4.
Yep.
Right. So like obviously that's a pretty good start considering how they started and how you're able to just retweak. And you think about some of the losses that they've had, like outside of the High Point losses, really for the most part, everyone's good. You lose 3 to Florida Golf, number 1 in the Southeast, 1 to Tampa, number 2 in the Southeast, 3 to Lindenwood, number 1 in the Central, arguably the number 1 team in the country as well. So, like, I mean, they've lost to really good teams, like I said, outside of that opening weekend versus High Point. So, they've done kind of what they've been needed to do once the team has slowly started to buy in to what they want them to do this year.
Yeah, and I liked what you said, Pat. Like, they had a really big decision to make about halfway through that big skid. Like, do we dig deep and work and become a better hockey team, or do we just say this season sucks, we're over it, losing sucks, and just like throw in the towel, so to speak, and be 1-11?
Yeah.
So I think good response by this group overall.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a C for that reason because people forget that C's get degrees,
Oh, yeah.
C's
I didn't
degrees.
ever forget that.
Yeah.
I lived in that spot.
Yeah, I mean, you're still in it. It's no auto bid this season. Go to regionals, hopefully get the job done this year, make your way to the national tournament, and I think that's a win in my eyes for this first season under Coach Garland. So again, this Liberty Men's Division II team, they are off until January. It'll be a fun second semester to watch for this group, see what they can pull out of the hat. We move on now. We're going to close out with our Men's Division III team against VMI. Absolute domination. They win 17-1, 19-0. Let me tell you guys a funny story.
Tell me.
So our broadcast department got an email this weekend from VMI mother. I was very unhappy with the broadcast because she says she gave us quotes, and the quotes were statements like, VMI cannot get anything going right now. VMI just can't seem to get one in the net. Which I look at the score and I'm like, I mean, I think that was putting it very kindly.
I mean, technically, she was right about one. VMI can't get one in the net.
Yeah.
They got one.
It seems like whoever's son that is gets his athletic hockey
We're about to get some more email.
hockey sense. Bro, I'm just kidding. Cut this. The pie is so good right now.
Well, I just thought it was funny because it was paragraphs, guys, about how this is not. You'd think your school would have a better standard than this. What kind of people are you out here?
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard, and like obviously sometimes people don't understand like hockey terms that are not negative.
Yeah.
That may be perceived like as it being discouraged, but like I assure you, the player does not hear what the broadcasters
Yes.
say.
Right.
Hopefully, the message from the coach is a little bit more positive.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we can score on this team. We can get the puck in the net.
Yeah.
We can get some things going.
Yeah, and I have a feeling though that the players already kind of knew what
Yeah.
the broadcasters were saying.
Yep.
But our men's Division III team, I mean, great showing by them.
Yeah.
What are our thoughts on their dominance so far this season? It's hard to gauge sometimes because it's kind of like an Oklahoma State situation where, you're taking out teams left and right.
Yeah.
But it's hard to gauge the quality of opponent you are playing. When you put them on the national scale, what are our thoughts about this team?
I mean, on the national scale, I think Coach Wagner and Coach Williams believe, hey, this is a year we can win it all. Last year was a team where they felt like, hey, we're in the mix to be able to win it. And they were close to getting out of pool play, right? They lost to St. Fisher, who was the national runner-up. Lost to them, I believe, 3-2 or 4-3, something like that, in that final game of pool play. So, like, the message, again, is, hey, we're right there. We should be able to go through and win this thing, right? Because even the lone loss they have, I believe they lost 5-4.
Yeah.
So,
Rowan?
yeah, to Rowan. They split with Rowan at Rowan. And that's probably a game where you're looking like, hey, we should be able to win this game. Like, what we did in game one was not good enough, so we need to figure it out. And they did. They were able to win the next game by more than a goal difference. So I think for Liberty, the message is right now, there's no message about the national tournament yet because it's just keep getting better by day, so then they're ready. But the thought in the back of their mind and the bottom of the list of goals that they have is like, hey, we should be able to win a national title.
Yeah, I think you have to keep that in the back of your mind when you play these teams. Again, not developing bad habits and just focusing on that goal. Like, hey, we're going to thump teams that we should thump, right? We got to tighten up against better teams and just keep the winning season going, and then just baby steps, one bite at a time.
Yeah, and like you said, not developing bad habits. Look at how do we let this one goal in, right? Like, so what's the breakdown?
Yep.
Let's be prepared because obviously good teams across the league are going to capitalize on that chance, such as Penn State, Harrisburg. They're a good team. Middle Tennessee, they're a better team that they're going to play next semester as well. Like, those are teams that are going to be able to capitalize on some of those miscues and breakdowns that we have if we give it to them.
Yeah, and that High Point D2 game coming on November 20th, that'll be a good one to watch before
really
they
good.
take on the High Points D3 program in the couple games after, because that's a solid program with High Point D2.
And I know a lot of the guys on this D3 team know plenty of those players from High Point D2 because that's the team that was D3 when they won the ACCHL back in AAU, and I believe that team also made the Final Four, and then they jumped up to AAU D2. Now they're back in ACHA D2, if I'm not mistaken. So, this is a good matchup for the Flames, that game one. They should be able to win the two games versus D3 like they did last year. But, that first game's going to be a big one and kind of set their sights on, like, hey, how good are we from a national scale as well?
Okay. Now, before we hop on out of here, we're going to do a fun little Thanksgiving-themed game. I know we kind of previewed it last week. We're going to build our Liberty Hockey Thanksgiving table. Okay?
I forgot.
You forgot to think about it?
Yeah, I forgot to.
Well, I described it. You guys, that's the beauty of it. It's on the spot.
That's
Love
right.
it.
Okay, so I'm going to need from you guys your turkey, and these are all just players. Who's your turkey?
Oh, players?
Yep, these are
I thought
players.
we were doing teams.
No players. Yeah, I remember, but I
Players.
forgot.
Who is your turkey? Who is your mashed potatoes? Who is your green bean casserole? And who is your pie?
Are these all positive?
It's whichever way you want. But if you don't like one of those dishes, just pretend like you do.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
mind frame. Got it.
All right, hit it first.
What about you? You go first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, me?
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
I
Yeah.
don't know either. I know you know what your turkey is, so can you just go
Cora
first?
Williams.
Yes. Describe it while I say it.
Yeah, so centerpiece. She's a huge part of women's Division II, and she's someone for me that like has obviously been a big piece of the turkey pie at women's too. But this year she's having a breakout season and executing at a higher level. Obviously, like 1 to 2 goals per game, pretty close, 2 points anyway. So for me, she's a stud and somebody that we rely on day in, day out in practice and in games.
You want me to go?
No, I'll go.
We'll do turkey. We'll do each.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone do
Turkey.
turkey.
Turkey is Ryan Finch, right? Like obviously he's becoming the main event for men's D1 right now. And you saw he wasn't in the Niagara series. You saw a little bit of a dip offensively. He has become.
He was marinating.
That's right. He's become a complete 200-foot player for I think this team now. The confidence is there, like knowing like he's quick to get the shot off too from once once the puck hits his stick. Ooh, got tied up there. Got tied up now. Sorry, the silk pie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like obviously he is a dynamic player. The team is different when he's in the lineup. And I think he has become a key focal point and the centerpiece of what the offense, and even at times, because he's showcased times on the PK this year too, on a defensive scale too for this men's Division I team.
Okay. My turkey, I'm going with Miss Alex Keith.
Come on,
She is
that's
a
a
turkey
good one, too.
in that net, holding it down. And think about the little legs of the turkey. Brielle Fussy, Haley Battles, Zasha Adamick.
Whoa!
So we have it all going.
You just picked 5 turkeys.
No, I did not. So I think with Alex Keith in net, it allows all those little legs to thrive because she's holding it down and keeping a team solid that's going to be able to make this national team run. National champion, I'm calling it now. I don't think it's a crazy prediction, but
I don't think it's crazy at all.
yeah, I just think that she's holding it down for this team right now. It's not this women's Division I team without her. So let's move on now to our mashed potatoes. When we think of mashed potatoes, I mean it's the turkey's counterpart.
Boom. Cal Essenmacher.
Okay.
Yeah, speaking like meat and potatoes kind of guy. Not somebody who's super flashy with his game, but he's somebody for me that like he'll chip in at the right time, be that depth of scoring, and an overall good team guy. So mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with. Oh man, I feel like there's a lot of names we can throw with all these people. I'm gonna say right now the mashed potatoes to women's D1 is Brielle Fussy, right? Like obviously a lot of heart and soul players. I think in multiple teams, but like obviously she's that. You see it in the celly too. Gives a little flex like every time she scores, like let's go. I think it always fires the team up. Again, another player that is a complete player, like can play strong defensively or get you that big goal when you need it, or playmaking. So obviously the captain for women's D1, she's the mashed potatoes of the group.
I'm going to go Tucker Shields. Mashed potatoes always gets the job done. He gets the job done. Doesn't have to be flashy. Doesn't have to be anything special. You can dress it up sometimes, make it a cheesy potato garlic situation.
Ooh,
that's when you're
fancy.
scoring goals left and right.
Have you ever made that before?
Oh, yeah. By the way, guys,
Next
no Thanksgiving feast.
Yeah, no, next week.
No,
Yeah.
next week.
Put it out there. You can, or as simple as can be, dishing out assists, getting the job done on both sides of the puck.
Yep.
That is Tucker Shields to me. Okay, we're going to move on now to our green bean casserole. Who is that for you, Coach Forth?
Fredericks.
Okay.
Men's D2. Yep. I think it's one of those things where it's like, for me personally, I don't really know a lot about him.
Yeah.
But what I've seen, I really like. All right. So I think he's maybe a little bit under the radar still, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I think if you put the right seasoning on that, it'll deliver every time.
Okay.
All right, for me, it's Clarissa Klein. Obviously, you have your main event for Women's D2 and Cora Williams, but then you need its counterpart, one of its side dishes, and that's what she's been consistently has been. Good dynamic player, can kind of get, again, another player that a lot of players that can get it done on both sides of the ice, right? She's one of them. She creates her own offense so many different times. I've seen multiple goals like she's created herself with not getting an assist, needing an assist to help get the puck on her stick, so she's always dangerous. And I think she's just been huge in helping the women's D2 program.
Sweet. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 green bean casseroles. Number 1, you stole my first one, Cooper Fredericks, but it's for a different reason. It's because sometimes the green bean casserole comes to the party, and your first question is like, who are you? Are you going to be a great green bean casserole? Or are you going to be like,
You got raisins in you?
Now, the reason why I say that is because Cooper Frederick shows up to that Montana State game in a different jersey, and everyone's like, who is this guy putting in 3 goals in the back of the net?
Green beans.
That's what we were thinking. So that's my who are you with Cooper Fredericks. When you try it, and 9 times out of 10, it's great. It's fantastic. So you just got to figure out what kind of casserole you got on the dish. The other one so far, or the other one to add to that, is Roman Lamoureux. Because when you have an elite green bean casserole, it just elevates everything in the building when it's added to that table. So Roman Lamoureux walks into the building for this men's Division III team, just elevates what they're doing on every single level. So he is my green bean casserole. Move on to our pie. Adds a little bit of sweetness, a little extra touch there.
I'll go last.
Okay.
All right, you go first then.
Oh gosh. Guys.
Because we slated turkey as like the main event, but like for me, I'm a pie guy.
I'm a pie person too. Does anybody else want to go next? I'm trying to think, because this is an important one for me, and I'm just thinking like.
All right. Well, his name has been said already, but like it kind of rounds out the meal always. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Tucker Shields, right? Like obviously there's multiple times. How many times have we seen in the dying stages he kind of gets the job done for the team, whether it's I think the game that took center stage was Utah. That was his first weekend back, game 2. Mm-hmm. You're in the O zone. You not only need to get the tying goal, but more importantly, you got to win the draw. He does it 3 consecutive times, and then he also gets the tying goal off of a great play from Palmerlo. So, and then against Jamestown, they were in their rally in game 2, close to being able to tie the game up. He goes right down first shift after they make it 4-3, gets the insurance marker too.
You know what? Mm-hmm. Hearing you talk just stirred something in me. Nick Palmerlo is my pie.
That was going to be my second one. And I was like, maybe someone will say him.
I like it. Yeah, it's one of those things where like you stuff your face with the meal and you're like, we still have pie? Heck yeah. Mm-hmm. So he for me is that guy. He's so reliable back there, super disciplined. On and off the ice, I think he's the guy that people can look to. Good spiritual leader. A good husband, right? He just does everything well and like above reproach. So I think for me, he's the stud. He's the pie. He can be my silk chocolate French pie. Sorry, Nick, that came out wrong.
For that, honestly, playing to that point too, I'm going to go Brad Barker. And kind of this whole Liberty third line situation.
Yeah.
Because it's like you said, you had your entire Thanksgiving dinner, like, I still have pumpkin pie, French silk pie on my table tonight. That's amazing. You have these Liberty top scorers, Michael DeBrito, Ryan Finch, Hayden Mars throws them in the back of the net. And then all of a sudden, Brad Barker flies in there, powers his way to the net, and scores a goal for you. You're like, oh my gosh, I forgot we even had this here, and I'm loving it. So Brad Barker is my pie. You guys, any honorable mentions, or are we good?
Yeah, I think maybe there's, what's another Thanksgiving meal, like a sweet potato casserole?
Gravy. Yeah,
the yams.
Casserole, the yams.
Yeah. I think that for me is something I look forward to.
Okay. What about like a salad? Like something light and refreshing.
Well, we already did
with that, we're going to end here.
Yeah, we already did the green bean casserole.
Okay.
No.
But if you think about salad as like, it's light and refreshing, you needed it.
So like honorable mention?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I feel you have a name, so go ahead.
I mean, there's just obviously some names that are kind of in the mind, like Thomas Nugent, the captain
for men's
D3. He's a guy. Like Owens at D2, Matley. Like, there's a bunch of group on each guy's. Like even Conrad Kausch, right? Like, how is he not in our main event, sort of thing? So like, and like you said, Keith. There's just lots of players.
Agreed.
Mev for women's D2. I mean, I'm biased. So like, I think about, basically the whole roster in women's D2 that you'd like to have them over for a Thanksgiving meal. Mm-hmm. But I really like the groups of hockey teams that we have here at Liberty. And I think it's a blessing that each of them are here. Mm-hmm. And I think the coaches are doing a great job on and off the ice, and just remembering that, put Christ first, and these teams are living that, just the way that they carry themselves on the road, the way they treat the bus drivers, and hopefully leave the locker rooms clean. I think it's important to each of these coaching staffs that we are more than hockey. So
yeah. Teams have had good leadership too across the board throughout the whole year as well. So I think that's a big point too, that I think the leaders have echoed the sentiment that you just said, right? Like, it's more than just a hockey game as well, trying to be training champions for Christ and then using your sport as a platform too. So like, I think the leadership from across the board from all the teams, the captains and the A's have done a good job of carrying that sentiment out and embodying that example for each team.
Definitely.
Well, there's no better way to end it than with that. That was awesome, guys. As we gather around our Thanksgiving tables this Thanksgiving, just think of how we're thankful.
What are you thankful for?
We're thankful for Liberty Hockey here at the Rock the Rink podcast.
That's right.
And we hope you guys are too. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.